Yeah.
England versus Greece, right? You see that on the schedule and you think, okay, another UEFA Nations League match. But let me tell you, something about this one, after digging into it, it just hits different.
Oh, absolutely. Way more than just a match, really. This one had history, big time.
You can say that again. So much riding on it, too. I mean, forget the final score for a second. What were we really looking at here? What was at stake for both sides?
Well, for England, a win, right? It's World Cup qualifying. Every point matters.
Yeah.
A win there, and they're in the driver's seat. But Greece, this was their shot. Chance to play spoiler to a major European powerhouse. Plus, beating England, that's always going to be huge for them. Calls back to some legendary victories, you know.
The atmosphere must have been electric, especially with that history. Our sources describe the stadium as absolutely buzzing at kickoff.
And the first half, it did not disappoint. Tactically speaking, there's a moment, not even a goal, but man, it tells you everything about these teams. So it's around the 20th minute, England's got that classic passing game going. They build up this beautiful play. Henderson intercepts a pass, quick dish to Sterling on the wing, and boom, curling cross right in front of the goal. Kane just misses by a hair, but the crowd goes wild.
Oh man, edge of your seat stuff, even if you're not rooting for either side. But what's the bigger picture there? What's that sequence tell us about England's approach going in?
Textbook England, honestly. Possession, control the midfield, then those surgical coordinated attacks. It's not about one superstar, it's a machine they're running.
So much more interesting to break down that way, even if you're like a neutral observer.
Yeah.
But games can change on a dime, right? And it sounds like the second half had a moment that completely flipped the script.
Oh, yeah. Greece came out fired up. Goalkeeper, absolute wall. Around the 65th minute, England's on the attack again. Classic build-up. Foden gets a clean shot off just inside the box. Looks like a sure goal. But Vlachodimos, the Greek keeper, pulls off this insane save. Full extension, tips it wide. Just unbelievable.
Wow. You're making me nervous just hearing about it.
Yeah.
So you've got these two defining moments, right? One for each team, kind of sums up their whole deal. Walk me through those last few minutes. How does it all go down?
Nail biter for sure. England's feeling it now. You know, the pressure's on. And they start to get a little predictable, like those well-rehearsed plays weren't working against this Greek side that's found their groove.
Yeah, and the final whistle. Paint me a picture. What was that moment like?
Grace, it was relief, joy, everything. They weathered the storm, held on. England, though, you could tell it was frustrating. Sometimes even the best game plan isn't enough.
You mentioned history earlier. Knowing how it all shook out, what does this result mean, not just for this competition, but bigger picture for England, for Greece?
England, I think this is a wake-up call. You need to be adaptable. They stuck to the plan, which is good, but maybe relied on it too much. Greece. Man, they showed what resilience and discipline can do. This win, it's got to do wonders for their confidence going forward.
What a deep dive. I mean, it's never just the score, is it? Strategies, key players, even just the feeling, the emotion behind this England-Greece clash. We covered it all. So for anyone listening, what's the one thing you want them to walk away with? What should they be thinking about long after this is over?
Honestly, it's like that saying, adapt or die, right? That applies to football just like anything else. England, all the talent, all the tactics, they got to learn to be flexible. And Greece, they prove that sometimes a little grit and a bit of luck, that's just as powerful as any star player.